So we're bringing something back this week. I know Toby is through the roof, ecstatic, giddy like a little kid on Christmas Day. We are bringing back Get Your Facts Straight. Now, the last time we did this, the three of us broke out into a fight and an argument.
Yeah, because Allan broke the rules.
No, you got...
Both of you broke the rules.
So we're going to do this, okay? We're going to make it strictly video game related. You cannot divert from video games. So from this point on, it has to be video game related. The other thing is this will now be a breakout video, and it'll be posted on the Nintendo Guru channel. So every Monday, the full podcast will go up on the Geek Guru channel, and then this Get Your Facts Straight section will show up on the Nintendo Guru channel, which I think it'll be fun because it'll just be kind of like its own little thing, and people that like this part of it can kind of just go over and watch that if they want. Okay, so for those that have never seen this before or never heard of this before, this is what we do. The three of us have brought two facts to the table. We'll each take turns reading off our fact, and when we read off the fact, the other two remaining have to guess whether that fact is true or if it's false. If you get it right, you get a point. If you don't, you get nothing. And at the end, we tally it up, and we see who wins. So, Toby, we're going to let you go first.
Brilliant.
Your idea for the game, and we're bringing it back, and I want to make you happy.
If this isn't a Sonic one, I'll be annoyed.
I'm going to start as I
That's the other rule. No Sonic.
No. There's no rule for no Sonic. Alright, so my first fact is, it was rumoured that Michael Jackson made music for Sonic 3. But did you know?
You know, this guy, every time, it never fails. What is it with the British and Sonic?
But did you know his brother Jermaine Jackson made music for Sonic 06?
Okay, so wait. So what's the fact we're guessing on?
It was rumoured that Michael Jackson made music for Sonic 03. So that's the introduction to the fact.
Okay.
The fact is that his brother Jermaine Jackson contributed music to Sonic 06.
See, this is... Oh, man. Sonic 06, was that... What was that actually... What would that be?
The 2006 Sonic game.
But was it on Sega CD, or was... What console?
No, it was on Xbox 360, PS3.
Oh, okay.
That one. The one that was universally panned for being rubbish.
I'm going to say false. What do you think, Allan?
You see, it's one of those really bad ones where it could be true. Toby likes to be a bit of a wormy little sod as well, so he'd be like, I'm going to go with...
True or false? Come on, Allan. Pick one.
What did you go for? You went for false.
I said false, yeah.
I'm going to go true.
It is false.
Yes.
Totally made up.
You know, here's the thing. The only thing that almost got me was when you said contributed. Like, because I thought to myself at first, man, he might have done something stupid on that game. Like, maybe he played the bongos in the corner for some stupid level just as a goof. And I was like, that's the only thing that made me think, like, I should say true, but...
All right, so Bobby's on 1 point.
Okay, so, Allan, go ahead. What's your first fact?
Okay, I'm a big fan of this series. I'm still waiting on the third entry because Valve are too busy making money selling hats and Team Fortress and all that. But Half-Life obviously famously stars the protagonist, Gordon Freeman. But is it true or false that originally the character that you were going to play was a scientist called Ivan.
Okay. I need you to repeat the question.
In Half-Life, you play Gordon Freeman. However, before they settled on his characters being your view through the world, they originally were planning to have the main character as a scientist called Ivan.
I'm going to say that's true.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's true as well.
It is false.
Oh my god.
Ivan the Tricky Sod, because Toby decided to be. Originally in the game, you were going to assume the role of Ivan the Space Biker. However, they obviously decided to go in a different direction and move away from the Space Hells Angels character. So,
hang on a minute. So that was partially true. Instead of a biker, you said scientist.
Yep. That's tactical play, ladies and gentlemen.
This is why we stopped doing this. Because of Allan's stupid antics. Oh,
These are antics.
I don't know how to feel about that, because that's the sort of sneaky tactics that is sort of, it's unsportsmanlike, you know?
It's just not cricket.
Like,
exactly.
Okay, listen. If you're gonna make up stuff from now on, you need to make it up. Like,
you do,
just changing one little aspect of it is nonsense.
You can't say that, you know,
okay.
the original Mario came out in 1981 instead of like 1986 or whatever it was. Like, you can't just change one little thing by that small of a margin. It's got to be something drastic.
Yeah, I agree. Moving forward, this is fine now. We're going to move forward, but that's the way it needs to be in the future. You can't just go, hey, this SanDisk is black, and then all of a sudden, oh, but it's got gold too. Like, no, that ain't going to work. So, moving forward, don't cheat, Allan. Okay. All right, so Earthbound. It wasn't released in Europe, but it wasn't released because it took 5 years to translate and to finish, and that happened when Iwata stepped in. At this point, the SNES was coming to an end, and Nintendo didn't feel there was enough time to localize it for Europe because of the way they put the personal touches in Earthbound for the United States. They wanted to do the same for Europe, but they didn't have the time. They didn't feel like they had the time to do it for the Super Nintendo, so they just scratched the idea altogether. True or false?
This is typical you bringing an Earthbound fact.
Whatever, man. Just like you're Sonic. I don't hear nothing.
Yeah, but at least you got Sonic in the United States. We didn't get Earthbound, so like no one likes Earthbound in Europe.
And the fact
just like
is,
no one likes Sonic in the States. Yeah.
The fact is why it didn't come to Europe.
I think
you're history for you.
You're full of nonsense on this one. I just think they didn't think it would suit the audience.
I'm going to go true with the localization thing.
Why Finnish, though? Why did he talk about Finnish? Like, I think that's a red herring he's just thrown in there.
Probably. I think he's just being a...
It's false. They did want to bring it to Europe, but because it cost so much money to localize for the United States, with all the changes and the personal touches they threw in and all the marketing, because it didn't sell well, is why they didn't take it to Europe. They just axed it and moved on.
So there we go. 1 point to Toby.
I'm flailing right now.
See, Allan, that's how you change a fact. You just go in a totally different direction. Okay, Toby, what's your next fact?
Okay, right. So, the ongoing villain from the Sonic franchise.
Oh, what the... Dude! Stop! Seriously?
Dr. Eggman, also known and preferably known as Dr. Robotnik.
I'm sorry, we need to limit Toby to one Sonic fact per show.
This is... Okay, because we're kind of moving forward from this. These are the last facts you get with Sonic, Toby. No more after this show.
Fair.
Yes, it is. After this show, no more Sonic facts. It's done. We made the rule before, but because we brought it back, all of a sudden you're like, oh, we're going to rewrite history and act like...
What have you got against the Blue Hedgehog?
It's nothing I have against the Blue Hedgehog other than the worst game ever created by mankind. That game, it's worse than E.T. I'm surprised they didn't bury it in a desert in Arizona.
All right, are we ready for this awesome fact?
Go ahead.
So the series villain, Dr. Eggman, also known as Dr. Robotnik, I prefer calling him Dr. Robotnik.
Yeah, same.
Anyway, so Robotnik, when you fight him in his boss fights, he's always, well, most of the time he's in a vehicle, whether that's a flying machine or some robot thing. The majority of those vehicle designs are based on early Soviet Union prototypes. So they were prototyping crazy vehicles in the Soviet Union and stuff like that, and a lot of the vehicles from Dr. Robotnik are based on those prototypes.
I'm gonna say true.
I'm gonna go false. I'm on a roll of fails today anyway, so that's what I'll stick
Well,
with.
you know what? This is your fortune turning around, Alan. It's totally made up. 1 point to Alan.
In your face!
Calm down over there.
Alright, so we're on a point each.
Go ahead, Alan. Your next fact.
My next fact is that... Oh, I've lost it. Oh, here we are. Right. In the Wii version of Marvel's Ultimate Alliance, there was going to be a character, pretty much it was going to be Link, and the deal fell through.
True.
Who published that game?
Oh, I can't remember who published it.
I'm going to say false.
It is true.
Ching!
There is a character model that was going to be used in that game. It was going to be a guest character, kind of exclusive to it. The reason given... Oh, no, it doesn't give a reason. It just got cut. I'm guessing it was published by Activision, though, so maybe there was kind of a thing. So, shock the guru's ahead. Oh my god.
There's a shocker. Okay, next one.
It's a fix. It's his show.
In 1989, Sharp created, manufactured, and sold a TV with a built-in NES. True or false?
True.
True.
That is true. It is true. They did it for a limited run in 1989. It only sold limited in the United States. It sold for 6 years in Japan.
Wow.
And they actually went as far as to make a Super Famicom one in 1990 because it did so well. So.
Well, you know what that means.
It means right now we are all tied up.
We are all tied, yeah.
I like
what do we do? What's the new rules for this situation?
Well, I do have a third question that I can ask. Did you guys bring any? Do you have any more Sonic questions, Toby?
I do. I have more Sonic facts.
I did not bring any more facts.
Well, let's do this. Toby, you ask yours first.
Okay.
And we'll see kind of what happens at this point.
Okay. The series villain, Dr. Robotnik,
God,
is based on real-life scientist Galileo.
False.
Yeah, I'm gonna go false as well.
That's completely made up.
Good Lord. Good.
That wasn't a very good one. I should use one of the other ones.
There's a shocker. Please. Like the game, everything is horrible with Sonic. This is why I don't want you doing Sonic stuff, because you start making up stupid facts that just, it's ridiculous. Okay, so... Allan doesn't have one. So if I ask one...
Yeah. I've found one that I can use if we want to do like a
Let's do it. Okay.
Wave time. Okay.
Do the next one. Yeah.
Okay. Right. Do you remember the game Gun Valkyrie?
I don't remember it, but I know of it. Go ahead.
Okay. Obviously, I think it released as Valkyrie, but anyway, it was originally a game in development for the Dreamcast. Never got completed, but it's the thing that they were pushing at the time was a unique play style, and instead of just playing with a controller, you'd actually play with a controller and a light gun at the same time.
At the same time?
Yes.
Like, one hand...
that.
Hang on, one hand with a Dreamcast controller.
True.
One hand with a light gun.
True, just answer, Toby. True or false, Toby?
Or do you mean a light gun?
Stop trying to drag it on.
Controller button.
You're trying to get technical, and if he is wrong, you're trying to botch him.
A controller and a light gun at the same time.
True or false, Toby? Stop trying to drag it on.
Hang on, you say this game was cancelled?
It was, well, it never came out in the Dreamcast in that form, but I think it got picked up later on as Valkyrie. But I could be incorrect on that part. But
that could be a significant reason why it was not put on Dreamcast, because it's a stupid idea. But then they could change the controls for a normal console.
Oh, here we go.
And actually release it. I'm gonna say false, because it's a mental idea. Unless you meant a controller with buttons.
I said true, you said false. What is it?
I'm saying false.
It's true. It was developed as a Dreamcast game where you would play with the controller and a light gun at the same time. So
who in their right mind came up with that goddamn idea? Let's have the beefiest controller in history in one hand and a light gun in the other.
Right now I'm at 4. Allan's at 3. Toby's at 2. So Toby cannot win. The only thing Allan can do right now is tie.
Woo.
Which means we'd have to answer another Sonic question. But so Nintendo created a knitting machine add-on for the NES, where you could create patterns of NES characters and such and print them out to make like scarves and sweaters and such.
True.
Then the ad that they had for it was called Now You're Knitting with Power.
Oh, no, hang on a minute. Don't throw that in there.
What?
Now you're knitting with power.
That is the best tagline in history, if it's true. Which it's not, it's false.
I believed it up until that point.
No, I know it's false because I've seen this fact pop up before.
Isn't there some, like crazy, Rob knitting thing? Or
yeah, he knits you socks.
I'm gonna say false because you said that now you're knitting with power. That's false.
It's
false. It was the Game Boy. They developed a Game Boy
no, that's not
knitting
true.
machine.
It did not come out. But
it was for the Game Boy.
They did make it. No, it was for the NES.
I think it was for the NES. Google. That's why my mind was thinking this sounds really familiar.
But the ad is correct. They did have an ad that said
they
now
had
you're
an ad.
Power. Yes, because they had all the mock-ups ready to go.
I want to see that.
I'll pull it.
Be incredible.
Listen, I will give it to you guys after the show. The fact is that I won.
Yeah,
Thank
you won, Bobby.
For winning again. I am.
There it is. There. Game Boy knitting machine.
That's not the one. Well, I'll show you after the show. Just relax. And I'll actually put a link to it in the show notes so people can see that I dominated yet again.